Hi, this is Bobster, and I've just gone on my morning walk. It's about 10:30 in the morning. The fog's lifted. It's 1 degrees this morning. It's probably about 10 degrees now, and this is where I basically live in Australia. So we'll go on. This is just a little part of the art trail. Along here, many years ago, the famous artists of Australia used to come down here and paint, and there was quite a number of artists. Now this one here is Half Moon Bay, boats at Half Moon Bay, where we're at the moment basically now, and this was Arthur Boyd, one of Australia's famous artists, and this one here is Walter Withers, near Blackrock. Well, I would say it's at Half Moon Bay too, and I've tried to paint this a few times. Never got it right, but anyway, I keep trying. And right along this way, probably for about 7 kilometres, there is this walk. You can walk right along the beach, and you'll see scenes basically like this right along. And along the beach are those signs. Those signs put there, and all the famous artists are represented along this art walk. So it's very pleasant to go along the art walk. I'm just walking down now towards Half Moon Bay. It's a favourite spot of mine because I don't live far away. So there's a restaurant down here, and there's the yacht club, and there's the surf lifesaving club, and this morning it's crystal clear, not many boats out. It's a working morning, it's Wednesday morning, and so there's not many people around. Generally in the summer this place is absolutely packed with boats and people and every sort of water sports you can think of. Now as we go out to the right, you'll see there, it looks like a sunken ship. Well, it is a sunken ship. It's called the Cerberus, and the Cerberus was Australia's first warship. It was built in England and brought out here. I'm pretty sure it was built in England. Might have been Germany, but I'm not quite sure about that. But anyway, it's the Cerberus, and it was sunk there as a breakwater to stop the beach being eroded many years ago. There is talk that they're going to spend so many $1 million to raise it and fix it up and make it a tourist attraction, but I'm not sure whether it's worth it. It's rusted to pieces, but it's a little bit of Australian history, Australia's first warship. Now as we zoom around to the right, it's pretty hard to see because it's hazy at the moment, and it was a very cold morning, but down that way is Melbourne. Generally you can see the buildings, but this morning you won't be able to see any of the buildings. It's about I say 20 kilometres away, Melbourne, from here, and down on the beach there now you might be able to see it. This is only a little video camera I've got, but there's a man down there playing with his dog, and there's a lot of dog lovers down this way, and they walk their dog along the beach here every morning, but being a weekday they're all probably at work. But because I'm retired now, I've got time to do the things that I love to do, and that is to get out and just enjoy nature at its best. And generally on the pier there you'll see a number of people fishing normally, and they catch all sorts of fish there different times of the year. But today, for some reason, there was no one down there because it's a beautiful day. The sun's shining. It's going to be roughly around about 14 degrees, and we're in centigrade here, so it's a bit different in America where it's Fahrenheit, I think. So I'll just walk down a little bit further, and as we go down the path, there's a seat down the end, which my wife and I often come down and sit there and watch the sunsets of a night. It's pretty popular. It's just a lovely seat. Even in the winter you get down there, the sun's normally shining. Up that way is the continuation to the art trail, or the walk trail, or whatever you want to call it, and it walks along too, right along there up to another part of the beach. Now this walk, if anyone is interested, it is also an indigenous walk, and it's an indigenous trail as well. And as I zoom over to the right again, you might be able to see what we call the red bluff. Now the bluff is not looking red this morning, but it's the red bluff because I'm taking this photo into the sun. It's not going to probably turn out very good, but that's a very sacred Aboriginal part of this area, and this whole area was an Aboriginal part many years ago, and it's still a sacred area. A lot of springs and a lot of sacred areas, and they've made art things right along the coast here to remember this as an indigenous area, and also to remember that this part is pretty sacred and it should be kept in this way, pristine. And the people around this area try and keep this area pristine. They plant all sorts of shrubs and indigenous shrubs around, and I'm going to walk back up the hill now slowly, and try not to move the camera too much. But as you can see up the top there's two of the plaques that recognised some of the famous artists that lived in the area, and also painted down here, because it's just a magic place to live and a magic place to do your art if you're interested in going outside to paint. Do not do painting much these days outside. Anyway, I just thought I'd show you a little bit of the place where I live, and I hope you enjoyed it, and catch you soon on the Mix Media website.